Everyone, welcome. It's Rachel with Journey Back Quilts. I'm so excited for today's live. We're going to be talking about this amazing quilt behind me and how you can join me in making one for yourself. So, our t-shirt quilt class registration opens today and it's open through next Tuesday, May 23rd. If you sign up before this Saturday, you get a bonus e-gift card to use in our shop so you can get any supplies that you need. You will need some medium weight interfacing to help stabilize your t-shirts. And of course, you're going to have to go dig out all those t-shirts from the closet that you've been storing, waiting for the perfect project to use them in because you can't give them up, right? If you're just joining me, welcome and tell me who you are, where you're watching from. The more that you comment, share, like, respond to videos like this, the more it tells YouTube and Facebook that this is important and that maybe we should show it to more people. And so you'll be really helping me out if you can help the algorithm out that way. And plus, I want to know who you are, where you're watching from, so we can have a conversation. I will sit here and entertain you all day long, but it's so much fun to have a conversation more than talking to myself in my studio by myself. Sometimes it's kind of weird. I've gotten better at it though. If you go back and watch some of my lives from quite a few years ago, probably 3 or 4 years ago, I was even more awkward than I am now. I'm still awkward, but that's just me. I'm just kind of quirky that way, I guess. And so I'm learning to embrace it and learn to just be silly about it and laugh at myself and not be so serious all the time. Um, Let me tell you what, life is too short to be serious, and there is too much pain and heartache in the world already to be serious. And so that's one thing that I love about making t-shirt quilts, because you can reminisce about the fun memories that you've had in this lifetime, right? Whether it's your baby clothes and you can treasure all those baby memories that you had with your little one. My kids are getting so bad, it makes me want to cry already. My son will be 15 in a couple weeks, and yeah, it's like, where did the time go? I don't know. It just is flying by. And then my daughter is 13, so I'll have two high schoolers next year. It's crazy. So, and yeah, anyway, so I have a tub full of t-shirts that I'm saving up for them to make a graduation quilt. So anything from their sports or even like my son got a shirt from his braces place for it when he got braces. Just silly memories like that. The reading program at the library gave them a t-shirt. Of course, they get their school t-shirts, and they've got tons and tons of different t-shirts. We get a t-shirt when we go on vacation so we can remember that fun vacation, stuff like that. So it's quite a big pile growing there. So it might be a big quilt like this one. This one's a queen size. This is one of my clients' quilts that we just finished piecing. And actually, this course that I have online, so let me tell you about it a little bit. It's an online pre-recorded work at your own pace kind of class. So you can watch it at your own time. If you can quilt at midnight because you're so busy at your job, but you're a night owl like me, and we like to do all of our quilting at midnight when everybody else is asleep and the house is quiet. We can just listen to our book or podcast or a movie or something like that and just kind of zone out and have fun. Then this is a great class for you. If you like to quilt first thing in the morning before anybody wakes up, or maybe it's during nap time while your little ones are sleeping or something like that, then this is a great class for you, because then you don't have to haul all your equipment and all of your t-shirts and supplies to a quilting classroom and have to set it all up and all that stuff. You can just quilt at your own pace, at your own time, and have fun and relax. Quilting is so relaxing for me. It's something that I can't imagine not having in my life, because it just helps me to decompress all of the stress of the day. Um, my husband and I went through a lot of surgeries the last 10 years. So it's really helped us with the stress of those health problems and the recovery of them, and just to kind of help distract me from my own pain whenever I was recovering from something. So quilting is amazing for this. So if you haven't learned how to quilt yet, this is a great class for you too, because I have a bonus beginner quilting section for you to learn exactly how to use all the equipment, how to cut out your fabric, how to cut out your shirts, how to put them together. you get a bonus PDF download with all of the different styles, sizes, all the things so that you can put together a quilt like this too. Now, this is kind of intimidating to someone who hasn't made a t-shirt quilt before. Look at all the different sizes of the pieces and how do you put them all together and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to show you exactly how to do all of that so you can make a crazy pattern like this if you want to, or there's different layouts to make them all symmetrical, using sashing and cornerstones, like all that kind of stuff. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you need to join the class so that you can learn about it and do it yourself. It's so much fun. Hi, Paulette. Thanks for popping in. Yeah, awesome. You should definitely join us. It's so much fun. So I'm going to leave the link to the class in the description box. Here we go. So you can go learn there. It might be in the description box as well. Just double checking something. We've had a little problems with StreamYard lately, and they gave me a suggestion on how to keep it from popping off. So hopefully that will work today while we're chatting here. So if you're interested in the t-shirt quilt class, but you have questions for me, please leave those in the comment box or send me a direct message and I would love to answer those for you. I'm going to show you around the website page here real quick, and then also the classroom so you can see exactly how it's set up. There's also another bonus to this session's class. So we are going to have a quick Zoom meeting on May 30th from 11 to 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So it'd be right before I go live usually. And so that we can chat, we can meet each other. You can ask your questions. If you're stuck on a step or something, which I haven't had anyone who's gone through this course get stuck at all, but it's so much fun to have that face-to-face interaction to be able to talk to each other and be able to sew together. So I'll have one of my t-shirt quilts that I'll be putting together at that time. And so we can sew together and you can ask your questions and we can chat and stuff. So that's May 30th, 11 to 1 for all those who are going to sign up for this class. And it's also open to our society members as well. So that's another thing to mention is if you are a society member, you get this class at no extra cost to you. Plus, you get extra classes like the Stars and Stripes quilt class, the Log Cabin quilt class, the Pumpkin Squared Table Topper class will be coming up in a few months. So many more other classes. So becoming a society member is definitely worth it just for the classes. But then you also get a library full of quilting tutorials to help you in your quilting journey, to help you with whatever hiccups you might be having, or just to make more projects. You get more patterns, more videos, more everything. There's all the quilting things. Plus, you get a discount on long arming services and products in our shop. So if you need thread or fabric or rulers or any kind of supplies that we carry in our shop, you can get those at a discount as well. So you can go learn more about that at the link that I left in the description box, I think, and as well as comment box. So you can go click that and it will tell you more about all of the payment options. If you're not interested in becoming a member, well, that's sad, but we do have an option for a one-time investment to be able to join this class without having to become a member as well. So I heard from several of you when we launched this in February, you're like, I don't really want to be a member right now. I just want the class. So we made that an option for you. We heard you, and that option is there for you. Okay. Please leave comments if you have questions or anything as we go, and I would love to chat with you more about that. And I'm going to change my screen here so I can share my screen. Maybe. Here we go. Okay, so this is the page that you will land on when you go to that link that I put in the box there. So you can read more about what you're going to get, but it's just a helpful reminder for me to show you what you're going to get. So, excuse me, like I said, registration is open today through May 23rd. and you're going to learn how to prep your t-shirts. So I'm going to show you exactly how to cut them out so that you don't waste any material. And so you're not scared of cutting them, because I know that first one that I made, it was so scary. I didn't want to mess it up. So I'm going to show you exactly how to cut them apart first. So don't do that until you get the class, so you can see exactly how much fabric to cut off or how to cut the shirts properly so that you have enough to make your block. And then I'm going to show you how to cut them into the right blocks. So there's two different steps with cutting. You're going to cut the shirts, then you're going to prep them, and then you're going to cut them into the blocks. And then you get to learn how to do different designs. So you'll have that PDF pattern guide to help you do that, so you can figure out exactly the layout you want to make in the size that you want to make for your quilt. And graduation season's up right now, and so this is a great time to start getting those t-shirts out from your kiddos that are graduating. Maybe you have a grandkid that's graduating from college or from high school, and you want to make them a t-shirt quilt. This is perfect for you, and you'll get it done just in time for them to go to college in August. So perfect timing. Then you're going to learn how to sew all these together after we get the layout done, and learn how to iron them and how to match up your seams so you get those perfect points. And if you want to add a border, which I recommend, even if it's just a 2.5-inch border to help stabilize the shirts while you get them quilted, and then you can trim that off to put your binding on and stuff if you don't want to have a border on there. So I show you exactly how to do all of that and so much more. And so this is a class for creative women who don't have time to attend an in-person class, but want to cultivate your creativity through the art of quilting online and at your own pace. Then you can see some of my wonderful students here who have taken my class and finished their quilts. So much fun. I've had even 12-year-old boys take this class, and he did an awesome job on his quilt. And so if your kiddo is interested in learning how to quilt, this is a fun way to be able to do that. And he gifted it to his uncle, which was so sweet. I thought it was so fun. So benefits of an online work at your own pace class is kind of duh, but you won't have to schedule it around your life. You can work at your own pace, whether that's faster or slower than a normal class. It doesn't matter. And you won't have that competition sitting next to you, making you feel stressed out because you're not at the same pace as them. So that's a really big bonus. And you can quilt at your own time, like I said, morning, afternoon, midnight, whenever you want to do it. You get access to these lessons for the lifetime of either your membership, or if you're doing the one-time payment, you get access to this class for a lifetime. You save money because you're not going to be hauling all your equipment, using up that precious gas that's so expensive. And yeah, trying to read while I talk. Quilt along with me or learn the basics and then quilt on your own. So you can just watch these like you would a YouTube video and learn the basics, and then be able just to go do the steps on your own and refer back to the video if you need to later. Um, some people I know like to just watch the tutorials and then be able to go watch their movie or listen to their book or something while they quilt. So they get that kind of that relaxation mode going on. So, or you can quilt along with me, and the videos are short enough that you might have to push pause in between different steps, but we made them that way for the viewer that wanted to just watch the whole thing quickly and be able to move on to the next lesson. And I know when I'm watching a YouTube video or I'm looking for something, I'm looking for the shortest one. I want to learn it as quickly as possible and get on with it. I don't want to be there for hours watching the teacher drone on and on and on about what to do and why to do it and all the things. So we compact all of the information in the video so that you can get every single step that you need without me droning on and on and on like I am right now. Okay, so you're gonna need, of course, your sewing machine. A walking foot is optional, but it's very helpful when doing t-shirt quilts because the fabric of t-shirts, the jersey, is usually really slippery. And even stabilizing them, it can still kind of shift those fabrics, but we're going to show you exactly how to do that. And if you don't have one, don't worry, there's still ways around that. Of course, you're going to need some thread. My favorite is Aurifel thread. It just lasts a long time. It's very lint friendly, so it's not very linty, and it's a good quality thread. You're going to need your rotary cutter or fabric scissors or both, some snippers if you want those, a cutting mat, and a 12.5-inch ruler. I use the Fiskars joint. There's a package that has the 12.5 with the 6.5, and that's really helpful sometimes when you're doing those smaller blocks. You will need about 8 to 10 yards or so of that medium weight stabilizer. And like I said, if you join before Saturday, you get a bonus e-gift. So you can purchase that on our website. So it's like you're getting it for free. Isn't that awesome? I want you to be able to get all the supplies you need. So you'll need around 20 t-shirts, give or take, depending on the design you're going to do. If you're just doing the basic practice one, where everything is measuring the same and you're just going to line them all up, then you'll need about 20 t-shirts to make a small throw. Another thing to mention is I've had students who didn't want to practice on their precious memory t-shirts. So they went to the thrift store, or they just dug out some of their old t-shirts that they didn't really care about anymore, and they practiced on those first before tackling the other ones. So that's an option and an idea for you, but that's not necessary. You will be able to do this this class without having to practice anything. It's just, I had to throw that out there. Okay, so you'll need your iron and ironing board, and then a 1/2 to 1 yard of cotton fabric of your choice. That's for your borders around the outside. That's just to help stabilize things. I've learned this the hard way. So once you are done with your quilt top and you put the border around it, it makes it so much easier to long arm or to do your quilting on a domestic sewing machine, and then trim off that border if you don't want it anymore. So just do a 2.5-inch border if you don't want to use it anymore. Trim it down to a 1/2 inch or even to 1 inch, and your binding will overlap that border perfectly to the edge of your t-shirts, and you won't be covering your t-shirts with the binding. So it makes it easier to quilt and to bind. So much better. Okay. Of course, you're going to need your computer, tablet, or phone to watch the videos. You can watch them either through a browser, or you can use our app. You will download the Kajabi app, and in there, once you sign in with your email address that you use to purchase the class, you'll have all the access to any classes that we put out and that you've purchased, including the society if you join us there. So really cool, really fun to be able to do that. I use it on my phone all the time. I had to download something that I put out a cheat sheet for our society members on how to make half square triangles 2 at a time and 4 at a time and 8 at a time. And I can't memorize all of those dimensions. So I had to print out my own the other day. And it's just so handy to have it right there on my phone. I can just load it real quick and get the material that I need. So all right, there's a little bit about me. I've been quilting for a very long time, since I was about 14 years old. So that's 20 something years old. 20 years something quilting. Um, and so my grandma taught me how to quilt. She would winter in Arizona, and she would come back here for the summer in Wyoming. And for an excuse to get all of us girls together, her granddaughters, her daughters, she was like, let's do a quilt class and I'll teach you guys a new quilt block every single week. And so that was really fun to hang out with them. But I honestly hated quilting. It wasn't until I learned the tips and tricks that I teach in these classes now to help you navigate the learning curve of the sewing machine and the tools and all those kinds of things. So that's something that I'm just very passionate about, in helping teach you guys how to do that, so that you don't have to struggle like I did learning all the different things and techniques. You can just jump right in and have fun right away. All right, so here is the price for the one-time investment. It's $97. You're going to get the step-by-step video instructions to start and finish a t-shirt quilt in your own time and pace. You'll get the PDF instruction guide with the different layout visuals. You'll get 10% discount on long arming services for this quilt if you would like me to help you finish it. And then there's that bonus virtual class meetup on Zoom on May 30th from 11 to 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So that's 12 to 2 Central Time. Or if you become a society member for $47 a month, you'll get even more benefits. Like I said, you'll get a library full of quilting tutorials, plus all the things I said earlier. Um, more online classes like this one, the Stars and Stripes class, a vintage Christmas quilt class, pumpkin square tabletopper class, the log cabin class. There's so many. There's so many. So, and there'll be more coming in the fall. You'll get free patterns, discounts on products like fabric, notions, thread, discounts on long arming services, the virtual community, group lessons, and so much more. So if you join the $47 a month, you'll get access to this t-shirt class as well. So you've got about 7 days to sign up. So mark your calendars if you're not ready to do it right now. I understand if you need to go check your bank account or you need to go talk to your husband about it or you just need to think about it for a few days. I totally understand. But remember that the bonus ends on Saturday. So make sure you get in before Saturday to get that free bonus so you can get your interfacing and everything. Okay. All right, I'll stop scrolling through that. You guys can go scroll that on your own. I'm going to go all the way to the top and show you what you get when you sign up. So once you signed up, you've registered, you're going to get a login email, and then you'll go here to log in and put your information in there. And this is where, this library is where all of your classes are going to live. So I'm going to scroll down here to the t-shirt quilt class. So these are all of our classes here. And then it'll show you step by step what to do. And once you've watched the video, it will show you a little check mark. It'll show you how many lessons you've completed. There's a link to our Facebook page. If you have a question, you can ask it here. And here's our Quilting 101 lessons. If you need to get something from the shop, there's a link there. So it's just really simple, laid out really easily. So say you're going to watch the Quilting 101 videos. Once you're done watching these, it will show complete, or you can mark it as complete, and it will go to the next lesson. Isn't that awesome? So easy, so fun. All right. Thanks so much for joining me today. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. You can email us at journeybackquilts@gmail.com or send us a direct message, and we would love to talk to you. I hope to see you inside, and we'll see you later.